So today's topic on in our live is about bundles. So using the power of bundles. So when you even think about our framework, it's about putting solutions, packaging solutions in a framework to put in the hands of employees, to put in the hands of leaders. So even if you wanted to think of our framework as a bundle, and so a bundle is really a collection of solutions that when they're used together, they're able to create synergistic results. So instead of having just one solution here and one solution there and one solution there, the idea of packaging them in a synergistic way so that when the collection is used together, they create a result that's synergistic. So 1 + 1 equals, 100. So I want to talk about the power of bundles, because even within our framework, which is technically a bundle of solutions, we also have within the framework bundles, right? So within the framework, which is a bundle, we have these little mini bundles. So I want to talk more about why that's important to organizations that want to create top-ranking, award-winning results. So some of you know that my roots is in my very first leadership position in healthcare was in the area of quality and risk management. And it's something that, is just, no matter what I've done in healthcare, that has stuck with me, that it's job number one. And so this idea of bundles has been used clinically to get great results, in healthcare for a long time. So if you want to think about something like a ventilator bundle, so instead of, one solution here, one solution there, one tactic here, one tactic there, that improves, the results of patients that are on ventilators and reduces their incidence of complications such as pneumonia, that if we put together a collection of solutions and we consistently apply that collection of solutions to, that clinical situation, then there's this synergistic result, which is, the path to high reliability clinically. So, it is what in the organization where I was a leader, we were able to use to get to zero defect with ventilator pneumonia. So in the absence of a bundle, you can still see, a couple percent indication, result of pneumonia with patients on a ventilator. So, but with a bundle, they were able to get to, zero pneumonia. So, but the interesting part about that is an individual can decide to use a bundle of solutions. So an individual clinician who's taking care of a ventilator patient could decide to use this bundle and their patients would be free of pneumonia and complications, right? So that individual practitioner can get synergistic results. But the amazing thing for our industry with that and clinically for that is that if every practitioner did it, right, then all patients would benefit. So a bundle could be specific to an individual. Clinician decides they're going to package these solutions together and apply them to the care of their patients. But when we make it the standard work of everyone, then all patients benefit, okay? So this clinical concept of bundling solutions together to get synergistic results is something that we can apply beyond clinical care in healthcare. So we can apply it to things like a nursing bundle. So we can provide all nursing care in this way, of this is how we nurse around here. So we can put together a collection of solutions that individually are very good and evidence-based, but when we put them together and individually we practice them and then collectively we practice them, we're able to get synergistic and better results than without them. So this is kind of a pathway to top-ranking, award-winning results, is to utilize this concept that clinically can get to high reliability, but apply it beyond just individual diagnoses and apply it to a broader audience or situation. So for instance, a nursing bundle, which we recommend all of our partners adopt, is to determine what are the 5 or 6 key practices, like purposeful hourly rounding, discharge phone calls to home, bedside shift report, teach back, etc. So whiteboard. So when we package these together and we all practice them, then we can elevate the results we get with our nursing care for all patients, okay? So we can apply this also to leadership. So, okay, so we all come to leadership, tap down the shoulder, you know, make that move into leadership, and we come with us with all sorts of background and ideas and information and maybe education or experience related to how to lead, right? But if we haven't really conceptualized what are those specific tactics or solutions that we're going to package together to get a synergistic result from our leadership, and you know, more specifically, if each individual leader shows up to their job, 30, 60, 90, 100 of them, hundreds of them in some large organizations, and they all show up with their own individual bundle that may not be the same, is that that individual leader might get some synergy from that, but the whole organization won't. So the idea of creating an award-winning, top-ranking organization is that there is a clear understanding and description of how do we lead around here, and those specific tactics or solutions that are going to get the best results from leadership are synergistically practiced by all. So it becomes the standard work of leaders. So so that's really what, you know, bundles can do, is create this standard work of these common solutions that when packaged together get better results. So it can be used clinically, it can be used non-clinically as well in leadership. So, you know, one of the really amazing parts of this and benefits of using a bundle beyond the synergistic results that can get you top ranking, higher results than if you practice without using this concept, is this idea of it being a solution starter. So once you get these specific bundled solutions in the hands of employees, in the hands of clinicians, in the hands of leaders, once you do that, what's so amazing about it is that you can actually start to reduce the change fatigue in your organization moving forward to keep getting better and better and face new challenges. Because now you've got this core set of solutions that everyone is acclimated to, we're all experienced with, we're all, you know, able to use, and we have mastered. So once you do that, then you can start looking at what are your new opportunities to get better, what are the new problems you're facing, and instead of trying to create new solutions for each one of those new problems or opportunities, your solution starter is the solutions in the bundle. So you go to what you're familiar with, what you've mastered, and now you just apply it to the new problem or opportunity. So for instance, I'm going to use the nursing bundle as an example. So when you have a clear nursing bundle, you know, in place and practiced by all of your nurses, maybe there's 5 or 6 solutions in there, then what you do is maybe you're facing a new problem with, you know, patients not understanding their new meds. And you realize through feedback from your patients, data that you have, that this is an opportunity for you to be better in your service to your patients. So instead of deciding how are we going to do this, what solutions are we going to put in place to fix that, you go to the solutions you already have in the bundle. So you go to your solutions such as, you know, hourly rounding, and say, how can we use hourly rounding to get at explanation of new meds? How can we use whiteboards to get at explanations of new meds? How can we use bedside shift report to get at the problem of, you know, new meds? How can we use discharge phone calls to get at this problem of new meds? You see what I mean? So it becomes your solution starter, and it's so much easier than to fix future problems or elevate issue, you know, solutions to other issues, is when you already have a set of solutions that you can go to. Same thing with leadership. So maybe you discover in your employee engagement scores that you have an issue with teamwork. or interdepartmental teamwork or collaboration. So instead of saying, okay, what new solutions can we put in place to do this? You go to those solutions that you already have in your bundle. How can we use rounding to get at this? How can we use feedback to get at this? How can we use our goal cycle to get at this? How can we use our employee-driven team structure and empowerment model to get at this? So those solutions that already exist in your leadership bundle, you just ask the question, how do we use those solutions that we already have and just tweak them in a way that gets at this new problem or opportunity? So new opportunities, new challenges, they get easy for your organization to face when you become very astute at putting in place key bundles of solutions that in and of themselves get amazing, great results for either your patients, your employees, your organization. But then in the future, it's so much easier to just get better and better and better because you've got this core set of solutions in the hands of employees, in the hands of leaders, in this bundled and synergistic way. So our framework is so much more powerful, and it is why it's able to achieve great results. Is it is synergistic in and of itself, creating strategies, creating alignment, creating ownership. Those solutions are all packaged in there in a bundle. But beyond that, there's these little mini bundles, like the leadership bundle, like the nursing bundle. Even you consider the positive communication standards to be a bundle of solutions that can be standard work in your organization and get you great results, and then give you that stability and solution starter you need for future growth and improvement and facing new challenges. So that is the powerful punch of utilizing bundles for organizations that want to achieve great results. It's a tactic that we've utilized to be able to strategize and coach and create plans for our partners to achieve great results. So thanks for joining me at the beach today at Lake Huron. I'm going to be here this week. And again, it's a place where I do some of my most inspired work. I'm finishing up a strategic plan for one of our partners here. I'm working on some things for our framework and being able to make sure that the tools are in the place for our partners. So it's a really great place to do that, is to take our stuff to the next level by being able to reflect on it in new ways and focus on it in new ways. And sometimes that's while walking down the beach. So I don't know where your happy place is, where you're most inspired, but this is mine, and I'm glad to be here with you this week. And so I'll be coming live to you next week from this same place. Maybe I'll change up the view so you can take a look around. You can kind of see that Canadian flag flying in the background there. So my husband is Canadian, and he still likes to fly that flag here when we're in Ontario. So have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you back next week, coming live again from Ontario. Bye-bye now.